Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across this globe. It's now 5:15 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica. 5:15 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica. It's 6:15 Eastern Time. In South America, it's 7:15 p.m. In the UK, 11:15 p.m. Already in Eastern Europe and parts of Germany, Switzerland, it's already 15 minutes past midnight. You go to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, and it's already 2:15 a.m. in the morning. If you go to Hawaii, we backtrack 5 hours, and people are getting ready to eat lunch in Hawaii. Baker Island, the furthest place in the world that is behind time, they're some 7 hours behind Jamaica. So it's still morning there in that part of the world. The country of Kiribati is the first country in the world to see light, and they are 19 hours ahead of Jamaica, which means right now it's lunchtime on Friday in Kiribati. Hello, everybody. Simon Preston. Welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform for everything in relating to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So, folks, we're going to get into the content of this video so that everybody can get in tune with things, so that everybody can get all the necessary information that you need. As you know, on this platform, it is about accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity, because that is exactly what we discuss on this platform right here, Reggae Boys Commentary, and what has been discussed for the past 8 years. That hasn't changed at all. You can see that there has been videos on this channel from 5, even 7 years ago, and eventually we see in the fulfillment of that prophecy. 2016, you saw a video of Daniel Johnson, right? And he made his debut for Jamaica 4 years later. 2018, you saw a video of Ravel Morrison, and guess what? 2 years later, we got to see him don in the national colours, right? Demario Gray, videos has been on this channel from him since 2019, and guess what? He made his debut for Jamaica in 2023. And of course, you would see others as well. And trust me, there has to be a reason why we're having a discussion about them. So, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments below as well as we get right to the point of this video in particular. Please share this video with family, friends, a neighbor, because we're going to get into some information so that you guys can be able to basically hone this information quite well. Agility says, bless up, Simon. Bless up, Agility. How are you guys doing? Yes, and comment as well, guys, in relation to where are you guys watching this video from right now? Are you watching from the United States, Canada, England? Where in the world are you watching this video from? Yes, do comment so that we can be able to have that sort of discussion with everybody, all right? And do hit the like button. Come on, guys. Smash the like button now. Get this video to 100 likes and you get a special piece of news. But yeah, we're going to go right into the contents of this video, as I've always said, and you all are also reminded as well to check out in relation to the shorts as well on this platform as well for other content and information so that you all can be able to get further into the discussion of things. So we're going to touch on the title in just about a minute or so, but firstly, let me get through some of the comments that we see rolling in right now. I'm going to get through some of the comments, and after that we get to the meat of the matter. All right, it's great to see the Jamaican flag within the chat. I guess everybody's preparing for the opening ceremony tomorrow of the Olympic Games. Yes, tomorrow it's the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games in Paris, so that everybody is aware, so we can look forward to seeing what Jamaica wears. I know there's a big excitement about the attire that Jamaica wears, the colors, and basically the performance that we give, so that's going to be something that I know persons will be looking forward to seeing 100%, so we will see how everything pans out. Junior Grosset says, watching from the United States. Triple Doogie says, Florida. Agility says, West Palm Beach, Florida. I am so special. Triple Doogie. Andre says, keep up the good work, bro. Jamaican based in Trinidad. You're Jamaican based in Trinidad. Okay, whereabouts in Trinidad? San Fernando, Arima, Cuva, Port of Spain, Tuna Puna, Princess Town. whereabouts are you based? Santa Cruz, whereabouts in Trinidad and Tobago? I've been to Trinidad 4 or 5 times in my life. Cricket, football, 5, 6 times. So I can say that for sure. When it comes to recreation in Trinidad and Tobago, that's one place that you get a proper workout in. And that is a fact. So, Kaheim Dixon. Let's talk about Kaheim Dixon, shall we? Because that is something I know that we'll be looking forward to discussing. But first, a few comments, because I know many persons have questions. So before I get into the title of this video, let me analyze the comments as well. Jamaica Haiti game. El Socorro. We met the other day for the Jamaica Haiti game. Okay, big up yourself, my G. Big up yourself, man. Hope you're doing well, man. All right. Hey, man, enough respect, man. Big up. Ramon Robinson. So Malachi Velgardo Douglas. He's born October 8, 2004. And he was at Shackleton Maroons, but he joined Dunbeholden in February of 2023. So Malachi Douglas is on the books of Dunbeholden Football Club. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. Charlton says, greetings, Simons, Tamarack, Florida. All right, Tamarack, Florida, big up. So let's get into this video. Kaheim Dixon. Now, Kaheim Dixon, who is he? Why are we discussing about him? And why is he, and what are the facts? What is the truth? What is the facts? Well, let's get right to it, shall we? Kaheim Dixon, born October 4, 2004. For many Jamaicans, some would say that the first time that this player caught their eyes was during the 2023 edition of the schoolboy football season. It's no secret that many players who were born in the Arnett Gardens area have represented Clarendon College. That is something that has happened for many, many moons, many decades. Players that were actually born in that area going and playing for Clarendon College in high school football. Kaheim Dixon excelled in high school football tremendously, and he deserves all the plaudits, praise, recognition, and accolades that came that way. But as you can see in the title, it says a 2024 to remember. So what has the last 7 months been like for Kaheim Dixon, and what actually lies ahead for this young, budding, talented youngster? Well, let's get right to it. And I know that the comments are coming in as we speak right now, but I'm going to address them a little bit later in this video. All right, good. So, Kaheim Dixon. He made his debut for Arnett Gardens in the calendar year of 2024. Now, in 2024, Kaheim Dixon had a huge impression when he scored on his debut for Arnett Gardens in a 3-0 victory over Lime Hall. That game took place at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex, where the entire stadium erupted. The moment Kaheim Dixon touched that football and took that shot, almost everyone who was in red, black, or white got to their feet. And the reward was a goal. A goal that sent everybody into a frenzy. A goal that kept Arnett Gardens' hopes alive. And Arnett Gardens, as we know, eventually finished 3rd in the Jamaica Premier League. And now, this weekend, they opened their campaign in the CFU Club Shield. That is exactly what lies ahead for Arnett Gardens. Large in part down to, that's right, Kaheim Dixon. Fabian Reid deserves a lot of credit as well for the work that he did, because 13 goals in 18 games, it's no ordinary feat at all. You can talk about Jamon Shepherd and his contribution as well. Joel Cunningham in defense as well, also playing a significant role for his team as well. So Arnett Gardens have been a great team and have been one of the best teams in the Jamaica Premier League this season. But what exactly else happened in 2024? Well, Kaheim Dixon was called up for domestic-based camps, which began in January at the UWI Captain Horsburgh Centre of Excellence. This took place on a weekly basis, and in the month of February, a bi-weekly basis. And this was a situation where players from their respective clubs in the Jamaica Premier League were called up for a camp twice for the week. And what would happen was there was also friendly matches that were arranged. So the domestic-based Reggae Boys took on Humble Lion, Very United, Montego Bay United, and also 2 friendly internationals against Trinidad and Tobago in March of 2024. How did that go? Well, let me tell you how it went. Jamaica, Kaheim Dixon was called up and he scored on his international debut for Jamaica, March 1, 2024, in a 1-0 victory over Trinidad and Tobago. Kaheim Dixon joining a long list of Jamaicans who have scored on their international debut. Think about Reggae Boys who have scored on their international debut. You can think about Bobby Reid, you can think about Luton Shelton, and you can think about others that have followed suit in that rich vein of form, like a Jamal Lowe as well. So he was following in the direction of those that have done that. Georgina James also springs to mind as well. Scoring on your debut, a special feat. And after the game, the coaching staff said to Kaheim Dixon, make sure you keep this shirt, because this shirt, nobody gets it. And I'm sure to this day he still has it. So his first cap for Jamaica, March 1. His second cap, March 3. What happened later in the month of March? He made his 3rd appearance for Jamaica. And this was in the CONCACAF Nations League against the United States. What happened 3 days later? 3 days after that, Kaheim Dixon picked up his first medal for Jamaica. You all can answer this question in the comments below. Do trophies and medals define success? Well, whatever your answer to that question is, Kaheim Dixon, 19 years old, has a medal for Jamaica. And imagine what that is going to do for him moving forward. He already has tasted some success in national colours. Having a medal for your country is one of the most highest honours you can ever achieve. What followed after those Nations League games? Well, the World Cup qualifiers, Kaheim Dixon, he came on in the second half against the Dominican Republic, and that turned out to be his 4th cap. And then, after that, he started against Dominica, and he scored. So his 2nd goal for Jamaica in his 5th appearance. And guess what? He played against Mexico, played against Ecuador, and he played against Venezuela. 8 caps for Jamaica, 2 goals to his credit, and was selected as one of Jamaica's best players against Venezuela. So here we are right now, in July 25th, 2024. But this is not where it lands. We're going to have to go back a couple of months for this. Let's backtrack to March. You all would remember, for those individuals that have Netflix, you all would remember a documentary called Sunderland Till I Die. Yes, you all would remember a documentary called Sunderland Till I Die. Now, if you remember, Sunderland were a Premier League club. They got relegated 2017 to the Championship, and then in 2018 they were relegated to League One. They changed the ownership group, and now Charlie Methven became part owner of the club. He was so focused on ensuring that Sunderland returns back to the heights. COVID came, Sunderland's still a League One club. He at least helped them to be promoted to be a championship team. He departed the club, and now he's at Charlton Athletic. Now, Charlie Methven it's an interesting story because he's a PR consultant, a former journalist, and he's also a publisher. In journalism, he covered a lot of sports in the late 90s and early 2000s. And by doing so, he would have come across numerous Jamaican athletes. Now at Charlton, one name that stood out to him was none other than Kaheim Dixon. Of course, there's articles in the newspaper that spoke about the different regions of Kaheim Dixon's interest. I think there was Denmark, there was Portugal, there's Belgium, a number of places that were mentioned. So, in relation to England, it was evident that there was lingering, and there has been, I should say, lingering interest from Watford FC, who parade their talents within the Championship, and of course, Charlton Football Club. Now, Charlie Methven watched Kaheim Dixon's games against Dominica in the World Cup qualifiers, and also the cameo appearance that he had against the United States as well. And Charlie feels that he would be a good fit at Charlton to help the club move up to the Championship. We'll see how everything progresses. The transfer window is still open, but you can be assured that there is genuine interest, genuine, you could say, spark to everything. So that is what I'll say there. 100%. I'm going to come to the comments in just a few minutes, but I just want to reiterate the point that 2024 has been a special year, a truly special year for Kaheim Dixon. I'm proud of him, and he's going to be an outstanding individual. So yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Andre says, spoke to both you and Kiri. Okay, cool. Malachi is a player as well. Wish the kid success in life. Absolutely, absolutely. Know yourself says he won Kaheim at Charlton playing with Karoy in the midfield behind him. It augurs well for Jamaica. It's a great environment. It's a place that he will get playing time. That is a fact. And Charlton, behind Watford and behind Reading, has provided the most opportunities to Jamaican internationals. So Watford has given 17 Jamaican internationals playing time, Reading 15, and then Charlton is just behind as well. So Watford, Reading, and Charlton have been three clubs that have provided the most opportunities for Jamaican footballers. And when you look at the Charlton first team right now, and you look at the caliber of players that are part of there right now, I mean, firstly, you look at somebody like a Thierry Small, another player with Jamaican heritage. We know Karoy Anderson already. You think about Tyrese Campbell, his journey as well. He's 20. He's a striker. He's a forward and doing quite well. And last but certainly by no means least, Miles Leburn, 6'6", 20 years old, and scoring goals. I mean, what more do you want from a youngster? 15 goals in 48 League One appearances in his 2 seasons to date. In all competitions, 20 goals in 58 appearances. So Charlton are building up a little, you could say, Jamaican frenzy, chemistry, so to speak. So yeah, that's what I would say from this sort of standpoint, you know? So this is good. Yeah, this is really good. Romani Edmonds Green, 25-year-old defender, formerly of Huddersfield, now at Charlton. So, good environment, Charlton Athletic is. But let's see how everything sort of pans out. Because Kaheim is a talented player, and as a result of that, that means that there's going to be interest from all corners, all different avenues. The important thing for him is about getting minutes. So honestly, even if Manchester United came tomorrow morning, I would want him to be in an environment where I know he's going to play, because that's what he needs right now, games. So even if Manchester City comes calling tomorrow, I'd still want him to be in an environment where he's playing games, where he's getting minutes. That's the important thing. Well, Robin Robinson, that's why I said his debut for Arnott Gardens. That's what we're speaking about. And he didn't play for Chapelton Maroon in 2024. That was 2023. And this video, as you can see, is what 2024 has been about. Know yourself, I don't see that happening. Wherever Kaheim Dixon goes, he'll get a great deal and he'll progress on. If you look at the players that have been working under the tutelage of agent Kevin Cohen, you can see the progress of them. As they leave Jamaica and they enter Europe, they go from strength to strength. You can only look at Boza as an example. Slovenia to Belgium to Russia to France. And we can look at other examples of individuals that have made different moves and transitions as well. Some in Eastern Europe, some in Western Europe. So that in itself, you still have to say, is very, very good. Malik says, Kaheim is a special talent. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, know yourself in relation to midfield, as you are rightfully aware. If you are, or when you are doing a process of recruitment, and this is for players in the heritage, as you rightfully are aware, in relation to players that were born outside of Jamaica, you need to have a Jamaican passport. And for you to have a Jamaican passport, you first need to be successful in your application at PICA, which of course is an arm of the government of Jamaica. So at the end of the day, the Federation does not issue passports. It is the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency that issues passports. It is not the JFF. So at the end of the day, it is the government of Jamaica that has the power to expedite processes and has the power to analyze things. My hope long-term is this, that there is a division that is created just for applicants that are applying for a Jamaican passport who are athletes, professional athletes. That is my hope long-term. And that way you're not mixing it with a bunch of individuals who are just starting to get their passport so they can visit grandma and grandpa in foreign. Now, let me be absolutely clear. I am not saying that my fellow Jamaican who is going to visit grandma and grandpa overseas is not important. I am not saying that. I am saying that professional athletes are ambassadors of Jamaica. And therefore, as ambassadors of Jamaica, it is prudent that such individuals are given that expedition in terms of their process so that they are naturalized as a Jamaican. Truly an important aspect of things, from the citizenship stage to the passport stage. In the month of August, we have 2 public holidays. And as we know in Jamaica, on public holidays, everything is shut. We also have the Olympic Games that are going on in the month of August as well. The track and field portion is August 2 to August 11. That's the track and field portion of the Olympic Games. So, as I say, I do think when it comes to solutions moving forward, I think it is extremely important that this happens. And it is in relation to ensuring that a division is created strictly for professional athletes. And over time, you're going to have to do it by sports. You could either do it by individual sports, like a division for football, or one for track and field, one for lacrosse, one for rugby league, one for rugby union, or you separate it into team sports and individual sports. So individual sports, the one who's applying to run for Jamaica in track and field at the World Championships next year, or wants to represent Jamaica in swimming. So you have divisions in a sense of this department is in charge of athletes in team sports, and this department is in charge of athletes that are not in team sports, individual sports. But if you ask me what I would prefer, I would just start with a division just for sports. Just start with sports. You know that football is going to be a lot of names. You know that athletics is going to follow as well. And lacrosse will also follow as well, as the next Men's World Cup is going to be in 2027 in Japan. So that will follow as well. Andre says Pele Wilson. What about Pelle Wilson? Scored on his debut against Norway. I remember that, 100%. Signos Media. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. As you know, accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. That is exactly what we do right here on Reggae Boys Commentary. Yes, that is correct, Roman Robinson. So he has 8 caps for Jamaica now, 2 goals to his name, and a player that is budding. You know, can you imagine what 2024 has been like for Kaheim Dixon? Scoring your international debut, pick up your first medal, playing World Cup qualifiers, and playing a Copa America. You could write a book just on the first 7 months. And think about the experience he's had. He was part of the squad going to Trinidad, where were the 2 friendlies, where it was largely domestic-based players, and then getting the experience as well about being around overseas-based players as well in the subsequent camps that followed. So he's had different experiences and learning as he goes along. So all of this bodes well moving forward for his development as a player. So honestly, I have full trust in Kevin Cohen and I have full trust in Kaheim as well, that the decision that he'll make will be one and he will be in an environment where he will get playing time. That is for certain. That is for absolute certain. I'm sure and confident in whichever path he goes. Whether he decides that England is the place or not, we will let us all respect the decision and trust the process. Great things take time, you know. Great things take time. So yeah, that is what I'll say. Well, Tycoon, I'm honestly not sure what you are referring to. Honestly, no idea what you're referring to at all. That's why it's very important to have clarity in things so that everybody understands exactly what you're speaking about. I'm speaking about Kaheim Dixon and something absolutely positive, but it seems like you're referring to something that is completely the opposite. Honestly, I don't know what you're referring to, and I trust in your ability to be able to articulate points. So, as I said, I don't know what you're speaking about, but you can go right ahead. But as I always said, Reggae Boys commentary is about accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. Because that is exactly what you're getting. You're getting the facts, you're getting the information, not speculation, not pasa, not cas. Okay? Jam PL fan, honestly, in relation to transfer fee, I don't know. Honestly, the best person to answer that question would be Arnett Gardens general manager, Peter Thelwell. Peter Thelwell would be the best person to speak to on that matter because I'm not sure if it was a situation where his contract ends 2024 or 2025. So Thelwell is the best person to speak to there. But that sort of information usually comes out when a transfer is complete, and a transfer is not complete. Yes, know yourself. As you know, from November 2022, Cuba Mitchell announced his desire to represent Jamaica. Absolutely. Absolutely. And in terms of how he's doing very well at Sunderland. He's grown, so he's just a shade over 6 foot now. Him and Cameron Eubank, they've gone from boys to men in just a short period of time. And it's just amazing to see their growth and development. So Cuba is progressing nicely. He'll be in the under 21 so Sunderland this season, and Cameron Eubank will be in the under 21 so for Birmingham. And I expect him to feature at some point in Birmingham's first team come the end of the season as well. So yeah, both players have been progressing nicely. So that's the situation there. Well, know yourself. Again, I reiterate the point that for somebody to represent Jamaica, you need a Jamaican passport. And if you don't have a Jamaican passport, then you cannot represent Jamaica. So that is why I always reiterate the point that all stakeholders are extremely important. Fans, stakeholders, media, administration, staff, players, government of Jamaica, corporate Jamaica, PICA. All stakeholders have to be singing from the same hymn sheet. And once all are on the same hymn sheet, then everything moves very, very smoothly. Again, I want to reiterate the point that it is so important. And that's why I said I think it's important to create divisions And when I mean divisions, I'm not talking about separation. I'm talking about a different department for persons who are applying to be naturalized as a Jamaican. You have a department just for sports athletes, footballers that want to represent Jamaica, track and field athletes that want to represent Jamaica, swimming athletes, that it goes straight to this department or this funnel so that it doesn't ever get mixed up or in the same pile as individuals that are just renewing their Jamaican passport or applying for a Jamaican passport so they can visit mommy, daddy, grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle are foreign. And again, I want to reiterate the point that visiting mommy, daddy, auntie, uncle, grandpa foreign, I have no problem with my fellow Jamaican doing that. What I'm saying is that persons who are representing Jamaica, they're ambassadors for Jamaica. And as a result of that, it is extremely important for individuals who are ambassadors for Jamaica to get an expedited process. Again, ambassadors of Jamaica, athletes who represent Jamaica, I am not saying that they're better than the average Jamaican. I did not say, and I am not saying that they're better than the average Jamaican. What I am saying is that due to the nature of sports and how timelines are and how tournaments are organized, there needs to be a pep in the step. And what that means is an expedite of a process. And that is a crucial component in the grand scheme of things. Who rounds out the top 5 in terms of English? Who rounds out the top 5? Preston North End. Yeah, Preston North End. You know, a lot of Jamaicans have played as well at Portsmouth, Derby County. Yeah. In the Midlands, it would have to be Birmingham City and Wolves. Yeah, along those lines. Lines of Blake says, checking in, a big up Reggae Boys commentary and Sported. Big up, hope you're doing well. Mindset Media says, Simon, big up yourself, my G, happy to hear. Well, again, I want to reiterate the point that, no deal has been signed, no pen put to paper. I'm just reiterating and stating the truth. The truth is, as Kevin Cohen has highlighted in articles prior, is the interest that lies in different countries on the continent, and it is no secret regarding Watford in terms of them liking the player, and no secret that there are representatives from Charlton that watched the Nations League game in Dallas. Okay? That's why it's very important to be clear so that everybody understands. Raman Robinson, Shakian, are you talking about Satchwell? Good question in relation to if he will stay. Remember, we still have quite a month ahead of us. July is not done and we still have August ahead. Yeah. Yes, know yourself. And again, you speak about Cuba, and I reiterated the point already that in relation to this process, that the Jamaica Football Federation does not issue passports to players. It is the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency. So let's say that you are applying for a Jamaican passport, right? You have done the necessary documents and everything of that nature, all right? It's not the Federation that gives you a Jamaican passport. It is the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency that does so, okay? But yeah, Janera Johnson is progressing nicely as well, very, very nicely in the Netherlands, and I'm grateful that he has a Jamaican mother as well. He was brought up well, and I'm glad he's choosing Jamaica over Nigeria, so that is great. Again, know yourself, I did not say that Kaheim Dixon was signing for Charlton. I didn't say that. What I said was that the interest for him is there, and that, the owner that was the owner of Sunderland, now at Charlton, has spoken very highly of him, and of course watched the game against Dominica, and of course the Nations League game against the United States, which took place in Dallas in March. So those were big indicators. And as we know, the games against Trinidad and Tobago were streamed on YouTube, so persons who are in Europe as well had the opportunity to go on YouTube, go on Sportsmax, and be able to watch the 2 games as well that he played. Well, Sports on the Ball, I don't think it's any secret as well that in relation to Devontae Campbell, he had a trial at Charlton as well. This was late December or early January, one of the two. And I from all indication, it turns out that he impressed there as well. In relation to a follow-up, there hasn't been any public message in relation to the situation of comeback on a trial as yet. So, we're just gonna have to be patient to see how everything pans out. Creative midfielders. You're talking about number 10s. Is that what you're talking about when you mean creative midfielders? That's why it's so important that we are specific when we speak, folks, because when you do that, there's clarity as well. I assume when you say defensive midfielders, you're talking about number 6s. And I assume when you're talking about creative midfielders, then you're talking about number 10s. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, when you're speaking about situations like that team aggressive, you know that the likes of Cameron Archer and Ramsey, they are great attacking midfielders and very, very creative. You know what I'm saying? So that is what I'll say. So that's what I'll say in those areas. Again, Tycoon, that's why it's so important to have all the information and to know we know all information. The truth is that you have players that don't have a Jamaican passport. Cuba Mitchell doesn't have a Jamaican passport. Cameron Eubank doesn't have a Jamaican passport. So to say that all of them U20 get them passport, that is not accurate. So that is why when we speak and when we communicate, that we speak the truth, and also we say things that are accurate as well. That is extremely important as well when you're communicating as well. All players born 2005 and 2006 do not have a Jamaican passport, and that is a fact as well. Kaliko Normal. Oh, thank you very much, Kaliko. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been quite a journey, honestly. It's been quite a journey. So I'm thankful that your memory is also very good. Yeah, that competition was 2010. I was about 16 years old at the time. It's amazing how time just has gone by so quickly. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it's something that I love. It's my passion. And as I've always said on this platform, to the best of my abilities, I'll always do my best. Always do my best. Always do my best. Okay? So that is what I will promise as well. Jason Guna TV says, bless up Simon and all in the chat. Bless up Jason. How are you? How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. What's new? How are things? Let me know if you're okay. Yeah, nothing as yet, Robin Robinson. I'm sure you'd have heard last week the sporting director of Cavalier, Mr. Rudolph Speed, saying right now in terms of outgoings, there's nothing right now, but that could change in the month of August. So, as it stands, nothing right now in terms of players who are leaving Cavalier for Europe. So nothing at this point. Again, Cygnus Media, I reiterate the point that I didn't say that he was moving to Charlton. In this video, in the first 15 minutes, I spoke about interest that lied at two clubs that have given the most opportunities to Jamaican players. One is Watford and one is Charlton. And I highlighted at Charlton the players that have Jamaican heritage right now and why it would be a great environment to fit in. I also mentioned a point, even if Manchester United or Manchester City stepped forward, I still would want him to think about playing time first. I think that's the most important thing right now for his development as a player. So I didn't say that. Now, going to the second point that you're making in relation to work permit, he should be okay, but let's see. Chloe Duncan. Good afternoon from Grenada. Thanks for the great job you're doing. Very informative. Blessings. Chloe Duncan, how are you doing? You're a native Grenadian. The Spice Isle, the second largest producers of nutmeg in the world behind the country of India. Grenada, as we know, their first two Gold Cup appearances was 2009 and 2011. Grenada actually has an international football record. The longest standing captain in world football is none other than Anthony Modeste. Anthony Modeste, who made his debut for Grenada at 16 years old, began captaining the Grenada national team at 17, and he was a captain for the national team for 17 years. Anthony Modeste holds a record in international football. But yeah, Grenada, I was very impressed with their run in the Caribbean Cup 2008, getting to the final. And as you know, Grenada is a team that's on their day, if they play to their optimum, they can certainly challenge a few forces within the region. Know yourself? Absolutely, Minister Grange and absolutely Kamina Johnson-Smith have the ability to do this. Absolutely. We're not talking about ability at this point in time. We're talking now about actions at this point in time. So absolutely, within their powers, the likes of Dr. Horace Chang, the likes of Olivia Babsy-Grange, Minister Olivia Babsy-Grange, and of course Kamina Johnson, of course they have the ability to do that. That is why I'm making the suggestion that having or creating a department for the naturalization for athletes, professional athletes, should be created as soon as possible. As I made mentioned, the Olympics opening ceremony is tomorrow. The track and field portion of the Olympic Games is August 2 to August 11, and we're going to have our government ministers in Paris as well, giving our moral support to our athletes as well. So it would not be fair, it would not be realistic to have an expectation of this department created before an August 11. Why? Because we're going to have our government ministers at the Olympic Games and also preparing for Grand Gala, which is on August 6th at the National Stadium. So I'm not speaking about power. Of course, they have the ability to do it. What I'm saying is this is what needs to happen moving forward so that it never gets mixed up or in a pile with John Brown, Mary Jane, or anything like that. Yeah, Malik Mothersill doesn't have a Jamaican passport, but he certainly does want to play for Jamaica. And it doesn't hurt for any person of Jamaican heritage to get a Jamaican passport. You even have Canadian national players that have Jamaican passports. Did you know that Derek Cornelius, the centre back for the Canadian national team, Derek Cornelius, born in Toronto to a Jamaican mom and a Barbadian dad. Derek Cornelius came to Jamaica and applied for a Jamaican passport. So it's not only Jamaican heritage players that haven't represented a country yet, but you even have players that are already committed their international future to other countries getting a Jamaican passport as well. And I know you might be saying, Simon, why does Derek Cornelius need a Jamaican passport? What is he doing? Well, it helps for his next move because he's expected to leave Malmo, and it's going to be a scenario where it's going to be a smooth process for him. So that is why we can expect a scenario where you'll find many persons continue to apply. Absolutely, Jason. And you would have heard in the press conference last week as well, where the General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Dennis Chung, highlighted and was answering questions to the media, so that Coach Halgrimson left the dossier with the federation in relation to player databases, information on players. So that is something that will be readily available for the next coach. So that is an absolute fact. And you know the answer to that question already. It's not something you need to ask. You know that such individuals would be reminded daily. You don't have to run behind somebody every 5 minutes and say, hey, Jude Bellingham has Jamaican heritage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yes, that's why I said team aggressive. You said creative midfielders. So I guess you're referring to number 10s. No tycoon, not a lie at all. You said all under 20 players have Jamaican passports, and that is not true. So I corrected you. Not all under 20 players have Jamaican passports. So you've moved the goalpost. You go from all players and you're gone to 90%. So therefore you switch. So that is why it is very important to be clear and accurate in everything that you say. So it's as simple as that. Amari Mills Entertainment, how are you doing, sir? Hope you are doing well. Hey man, you're just tuning in 46 minutes into the video? Come on, man. Why are you tuning in so late, man? You should be tuning in from the start of the video. So what I highlighted in this video was what the 2024 that he had. Scored on his debut for Arnett Garden, scored on his debut for Jamaica. It reminds me of Marcus Rashford and how everything happened so fast for him. Scoring on his Europa League debut, scoring on his Premier League debut, scoring on his FA Cup debut, Champions League debut, being part of the England squad for the Euros, scoring on his England debut. Just Kaheim Dixon's trajectory just reminded me of Marcus Rashford in that sort of sense. And Kaheim Dixon has his first medal for Jamaica, part of the squad in Copa and also World Cup qualifiers as well. So fantastic. Yeah, so in relation to the question that you're asking, what I did was highlighted where the interest lies. Know yourself, those conversations take place. Those conversations have taken place a long time. But again, I reiterate the point that I'm going to make mention for the third time now. What year is this? This is an Olympic year. The track and field portion of the Olympic Games is August 2 to August 11. The government of Jamaica, alongside the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association and the Jamaica Olympic Association, are pushing their moral support in Paris, France, and focusing their attention on Grand Gala on August 6. All right? And this is the third time I'm making this point. Know yourself, again, I just answered your question a while ago, and these conversations in relation to administration and even the coaching staff as well. The coaching staff has had private meetings with Minister Grange, and you all would have seen the photos of that on social media. Members of the coaching staff, including Coach Halgrimson, Coach Wall, Meron Gordon, Goodmundo Horizon, had private dialogue with Minister Grange. Same as well with the President Michael Ricketts and also Dennis Chung have also had dialogue with Minister Grange as well. All right. As you all are aware, in Jamaica we play 55 sports, and to split your time 55 ways, it's impossible to do it equally. So you're always going to have a situation where one sport gets a little bit more time than others in relation to whatever event they might be doing. All right, Jamaica is in 2 lacrosse World Cups this year. 2. But a lot of the attention, or you could say encouragement or public support, has been, of course, with athletics. And of course, with football, Minister Grange has assured that the lights will be ready for September 6 as well. So again, I reiterate the point. What year is this? This is an Olympic year. So we will see some government officials in Paris at the Olympic Games. August 2 to August 11 is the track and field portion, and you'd expect that those officials would come back to Jamaica August 12, August 13, and then we're preparing ourselves for September 6. So remember, folks, remember. The Hoon VR says, big up the Charlton move. Again, I didn't say he was signed. There's interest. The Hoon VR, I would love for him, whether it is Watford, whether it is Charlton. I'll take any one of those 2 clubs, honestly. Any one of those 2 clubs. Because I know that he'll get the playing time. He needs to be in an environment where he gets the playing time. I would much rather him be at a Watford, at a Reading, at a Charlton, at a Preston, at a Portsmouth, instead of a Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. I would much rather him be at a Reading, Watford, Charlton, Preston, Pompey, Portsmouth, because I know that he will be able to get the playing time, and that is what he needs right now. Third place in the JPL, has a medal for Jamaica in the Nations League, played in a World Cup qualifiers, scored in his international debut, played in Copa America, boom. Ready for the next chapter. Europe, ready. Ready, ready, ready. I'm fully aware, know yourself, and I am not saying that I am defending Minister Grange. I'm just being objective when I say that the minister has other obligations to deal with, because she's looking at the other 54 sports. This is an Olympic year where we have more than just track and field participation. We're in swimming, we're in diving, we're in judo. Jamaica is in 2 lacrosse World Cups this year. Jamaica is in the under-20 Women's Lacrosse World Cup and in the Men's Indoor World Cup. All right? Rugby. Jamaica also competed in the Intercontinental Playoffs for the Olympic Games for women. For men, they have the America's Championship later this year. I've gone through 4 sports already. I haven't touched volleyball, where our national teams depart the island soon. I haven't even touched about netball, who takes on England later this year. So what does that mean? Our netballers need a visa to go to England, flights, accommodation. So I want you to understand that 55 sports is a lot of sports. And if you want me, Simon Preston, to list out all 55 sports we play in Jamaica, no problem. I'm just making you aware that on her brain, it is not just football. And again, I am not defending Minister Grange. I'm just telling you straight up that there's more than just football where her attention is. There's the 54 other sports that she has obligations to through the Sports Development Foundation and through the ministry as well, so that you are aware. You might not be interested in netball and lacrosse and rugby, but guess what? It is her duty under her portfolio as Minister of Sport to look after these sporting disciplines. It's a lot. It is a lot. 55 sports is a lot. How do you cut 55 pieces of the pie? You go and buy a cake at a bakery right now and you cut 55 slices. Tell me how it looks. Tell me how it looks. Very slender, doesn't it? Very much so. Again, let me reiterate. Starting August 2 to August 11, Jamaica is going to be in a track and field frenzy. August 2 to August 11, Jamaica is going to be in a track and field frenzy. People are going to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning watching the heats and are going to stay up and stay up and stay up and stay up for 12 hours straight to watch Kishane Thompson capture the gold for Jamaica in the men's 100-meter final. So for everybody watching this video, remember, in Jamaica, we play 55 sports. So just let that sink in with you. Match time is very important for the lad. Absolutely. Match time is very important. And for everybody watching this video as well, remember as well, Jamaica plays how many sports? 55 sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, horse racing, rugby league, rugby union. Yes, they're 2 separate sports. Basketball, lawn tennis, table tennis, lacrosse, floorball, handball, surfing, diving, judo, darts, bridge, and there's so much more. Rowing, canoeing, and that's 20 sports right there. We haven't talked as yet about badminton, volleyball, beach volleyball, and that's 23. We haven't even touched the halfway mark just yet. So do you get the point that I'm saying? Jamaica Softball Federation, Jamaica Baseball Association, that's 25. That's 25. That's 25. Just let that sink in. Do you know that Jamaica has a men's netball team? Yes, Jamaica has a men's netball team, and Jamaica's #1 in the Caribbean in men's netball. So again, you watching this video might not find that interesting or exciting, but guess what? The Minister of Sport has the responsibility for all 55 sports in our portfolio. And I want you to understand that. And of course, you could have solutions as well. You can have a subordinate that looks at team sports, and Minister Grange looks at individual sports, or vice versa. So of course, we can come up with solutions. But I want you to be aware, before you have opinions, that you know facts. So don't jump to conclusions before you know the information. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Make sure you don't do that. And prepare for the ambush, because as of tomorrow, when you guys go to work or whether you're at home, you're going to hear people say, turn on the TV. Turn on the TV, Shelly, we have the flag. And you're going to hear, hold on. Jamaica ready for walkout, opening ceremony. That is what you're going to hear happening. And come next week, Friday, you know what's going to happen. Wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, a time for the 100-meter heats. That is what is going to start. So you will see. Yeah. Squilch 100, I have no idea what you're referring to at all. None at all. 55 Deportivos. Muy bien, Course Cornif. Yes, Rowan Robinson, 55 sports is a lot of sports. It truly is a lot of sports. And I know somebody like Jason watching, Jason Guno, can appreciate what I've just said a while ago as well. Listen, guys, when I worked in mainstream media, it wasn't easy as well. You know what I'm saying? 1 second. So yeah. I'm trying to see if I can name out all of the sports, you know. You even have a blind cricket association as well. So up to 26 now. I used to have the list. So yeah, clarity for everybody so that you are aware. So everybody start thinking solutions, because that is what is going to help us together as a nation continue to move forward. Okay? August 6th is Grand Gala. What is the priority after August 6th? To ensure that the National Stadium pitch is in good condition, because at Grand Gala, you're going to have different performances highlighting Jamaica's history as a nation. So after Grand Gala, inspection of the facility, and we ensure that the facility is in good condition for September 6th. All hands on deck, folks. All hands on deck. All the stakeholders I made mention about, fans, media, administration, staff, players, corporate Jamaica, PICA, government of Jamaica. All of these stakeholders are so important. And everybody, let's work together. Let's work together to accomplish this. Okay? But yes, know yourself. Yes, Tycoon. Coaching staff, administration, have had numerous dialogues with Minister Grange. And again, it will be done. There will be the renovation of the National Stadium next year. So things will take place. Things will take place. All we need now is patience. Why? Because good things take time. All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary right now for more content. All right, guys, thank you all so much.